All right, I hope everyone had a great break. Brenda, my allergy headache is now gone. Modern medicine, what can you say? All right, so we're going to start with Valerie D. Rodriguez. Who are the prosecutors? Who's the prosecutor on this?
Marcus was the prosecutor, Judge, I believe.
All right. Is there a prosecutor available? It's a criminal trial division case.
Yes, Judge, Hunter Morris. I'll take care of it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let me move people appropriately. There we go. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 8312, State of Texas versus Valerie D. Rodriguez. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Hunter Morris.
For the defense?
Kathy Compton for Ms. Rodriguez, Your Honor.
And are you Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Rodriguez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Rodriguez, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, it appears that you only proceeded on count 2. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge. Waiving count 1.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Rodriguez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with in count 2 is possession of a controlled substance, penalty of 1, 4 grams to 200 grams? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorneys to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
We've discussed it, Your Honor, and yes,
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
absolutely.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Rodriguez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's a $1,000 fine. There's no application for deferred adjudication. The state recommends community supervision. They will take in consideration 2021 CR 8313, and there's $57 to SAPD for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor, there are none.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to count 2 in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
State offers states one and attachments, Judge.
Any objections?
No objection.
Ms. Rodriguez, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports and laboratory reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Just 1 moment, please. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And the court will find you guilty. Ms. Rodriguez, you had a question for the court?
And was there possible opportunity to go home still? I mean, after, I might be on probation? 4 years?
I'm sorry, I can't understand your question. What's your question?
Am I gonna be on probation for 4 years, right?
I haven't decided what your length of probation time will be. All right, is there anything you would like to say on behalf of your client, Ms. Compton?
Your Honor, I think viewing the report, I think that the court probably can read between the lines that Ms. Rodriguez was not keeping the sort of company that she needed to keep. That's no doubt. I do think that she has spent some time previous to today incarcerated, and I think from my conversations with her that she is absolutely at a point in her life where she is ready to take advantage of community supervision and the opportunities that that can afford her. I've explained to her that it is up to the court what the terms and conditions of her probation are. I've explained to her that the TAP evaluation will be conducted by probation. So she can get whatever the best treatment and get a good head start on her supervision will be. I know that she is very anxious to be released from jail. I would hope that the court would entertain allowing her to complete the TAP while she is not incarcerated, to go ahead and allow her the opportunity to report to probation and complete the TAP from the free world. And I think that that's what she's hoping that the court will do as well.
All right, Ms. Rodriguez. If you can unmute yourself. I understand from the announcement that the freeze is starting at the jail. So I don't think you'll be allowed to move. So probation will have plenty of time to speak with you. How old are you?
I'm 44.
How many children do you have?
One. She's
What's
not with
your
me.
child's age?
She's 19.
When's the last time you had employment?
2018.
So how are you supporting yourself?
I'm asking family and friends to help me out.
Who is Maurice Pineda?
Who?
Maurice Pineda.
Oh, my boyfriend. My friend.
How long have you been boyfriend and girlfriend?
Like 4 months.
When's the last time you saw him? Was this arrest?
Yes, ma'am.
Has he been visiting you at the jail or call you at the jail?
No,
Or you called him from the jail?
I call him.
Sorry.
I call him and I write to him. But lately, there's no communication anymore. I'm no longer with him.
Well, here's the thing. I will tell you, while you're on probation out of this court, that relationship is over. Because this is what I know. I know that people who are addicted to drugs cannot be with other people who are addicted to drugs. And when I say that, I mean when they're not actively in their sobriety. So if you're actively trying to pursue your sobriety, you can't be with someone who is not. I don't know what he's doing because he's not under this court's jurisdiction. I don't know a lot about you. I'm learning about you as I talk to you and as I've read this police report. So what is your drug of choice? Was the last time you used during this incident?
About 5 months ago.
How often were you using?
Not every day. It's like once in a while, like on the weekends.
Okay, here's the thing. When I'm talking to people about their sobriety, this is my TAP evaluation. And what I do know is when people are not honest about their use, then that means they're still in the throes of their addiction and they're not being truthful. So we're going to start over and we're going to pretend like you didn't answer that last question. So I'm going to pretend like I didn't hear and we're going to start over. So when you were using meth, how often were you using?
Once in a while.
What does that mean?
Like on the weekends.
Okay, here's the thing. You got to be honest. You got to tell the truth because otherwise you can do your TAP evaluation. So let's start over. What drugs were you using?
Meth.
Anything other than that?
No, ma'am.
Now, before you went to the Bexar County Jail, when you're out in the free world with Mr. Maurice Pineda that you've known for 4 months, that's what you're telling me. How often were you using meth? Here's the thing, your attorney has already conferred with the state. They've offered you probation. So I'm inclined to give you probation, but now I've got to see what kind of treatment you need to be successful on probation. And I want to tell you what I've told other people before. If you tell me you use drugs and you need help getting over your drug problem, and I say, great, and I don't give you any help with it, and then while you're on probation, you use drugs, that's a little bit of my fault because I didn't give you help. But if you're going to be dishonest with me and tell me you don't have a drug problem and I don't get you help, then guess what? When you come to me, which you will, a motion to revoke is going to be filed because you're using. Don't come to me at that point in time and say, I do use drugs and I have a drug problem. So how often were you using drugs?
Not often.
All right, so this is what we're going to do with your case. We're going to reschedule this for a sentencing. She can let TAP evaluation know what her drugs of choices are and how often she's using. So, Ms. Ferguson, on Valerie Rodriguez.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to need her set for sentencing, and I'll request a TAP evaluation, and that TAP will take place while she's in jail.
We can come back on the 15th, Judge, November 15th.
All right, we'll see you back on November 15th. And at that time, I'll make a decision on your application for probation and what conditions you should have. Ms. Compton, are you available on the 15th?
I was just looking at that, Judge. I will absolutely. I have some other cases, but I will make time for the 15th. Absolutely for you. Yes.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to send your client to a breakout room with probation and they'll tell her what needs to be done.
I appreciate it. Can I be excused, Judge?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Good judge.
All right, and she is a number 1. And Robert Porter, you're here on Arturo Gonzalez.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And Norma, can you see what the ETA is on Arturo Gonzalez, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And everyone, just give us a moment. Rebecca, I've placed something in the chat box for you.
Judge, can I see in a breakout room?
Yes, I can meet you in breakout room number 1. All right, Jonathan Watkins. You need to speak with someone on Mr. Garza.
Judge, we have it all ready to be worked out. I did speak to Mr. Nisbet. I was able to break out with my client, and Judge, I just got off the phone with County Court 4,
Mhm.
and we've been set for a plea on Wednesday, the 13th, which will take care of this matter.
Okay. All right, so I'm assuming a plea there will take care of this case here.
That's correct, Your Honor. We're going to have this matter disposed of after the plea is taken in County Court number 4. And I literally just got off the phone with Stephanie.
Okay. Norma, then on this case, can we recall this back on the 13th?
Yes, ma'am.
And we'll see where we are. And of course, if it's been taken care of, the state will probably already have tendered the dismissal to me.
Yes, ma'am. And we'd love to have your signature on that order, Judge.
Okay.
My client.
All right. If there's nothing else, you and your client are excused. Have a great rest of your Monday.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too. You take
All
care.
right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Mr. Garza, we'll see you back on the 13th.
In the afternoon, Judge, or in the morning?
At 11-ish. So Mr. Garza, make sure you can go to County Court 4 before you come to this court, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Porter.
Judge, is Mr. Gonzalez available?
Yes, they're bringing him down now. I see we're just waiting for him to get in the chair.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. And then Norma, I think the only other person we'll be waiting on Mr. Rodriguez, but I know he's in a hearing in CPS court this afternoon. So he'll be over after that. And then where is Michael Latimer on Leo Hernandez?
I think Hunter filed the dismissal on that one.
Oh, has that already been signed?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, you can take this one. There should be a dismissal on that. All right, thank you. And this I need to write in. All right, thank you. And also to the clerks, could I have the file on Arturo Gonzalez back, please? And Mr. Porter, your client is here. I'll send you all to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Gonzalez, I need you to go to breakout room number 1, please. Mr. Porter, you're back?
I am, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yes.
Judge, I know this is a setting, so I know you want to give us a date for his final offer, I guess. I just need to go see him at the jail to show him a video.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll give you a 30-day reset. And then after we come back from the 30-day reset, we can see where we are with discovery,
Thank you,
just
Judge.
to make sure that you have everything.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, I'm closing the breakout room, so your client should be coming back to the main room.
I thought I told him to do that, but maybe
Okay.
he didn't understand.
You know what? It's Robert, you know it, today is Monday. So
Well, it started, and I apologize for that because I actually got back to town last night, and then I Norma's invite, and you were the first one I'd done it to, but it was like from Friday. It said this hearing starts on the 8th.
oh, see, it's
Maybe it was an old one, so I got off, and then you texted. It's like, oh my God, sorry.
all
Oh,
right. The breakout rooms have just closed, so he is.
Okay.
I think he left.
okay.
I think he missed my announcement where I say nobody leaves. But so we're going to come back on November 15th, and I'll make that November 15th date just as discovery so that you'll have a chance to show the video with your client.
Thank you, Judge. And if you would tell Marcus, I lost my mother last week. So,
Okay, I will.
Sorry to hear that, Robert.
And we're sorry to hear that.
well, that's my problem right now is I'm jumping back and forth because we still haven't got it straightened out with Fort Bliss to get her buried. So I'm going back and forth from El Paso to San Antonio right now.
Oh my gosh.
It's out of control.
Yeah. Well, if you need a reset or anything, if you'll just let us know, we'll make it happen.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. You're welcome.
All right, y'all take care.
All right. You too. Be safe. Oh, look, your client comes back.
Oh, there he is.
See, I'm telling you, it's a Monday. All right. Miss Guns. Oh, he comes back. He puts on the headphones to leave. Robert. Oh, and you know what? He went right back to breakout room number 1. So, Robert, if
I'm
you
gonna
can
go
go.
come back. I'll
All
talk.
right. All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Gonzalez, we're going to bring you back on November 15th. And that's just to make sure that your attorney has all the discovery and you get a chance to see everything, okay?
All
they have is a
club.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. So we're going to let them take you back. Norma, can you let them know that 14B can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. And Robert, can I see you in breakout room number 2, please? And everyone, I will be right back. All right, everyone, we just have one more case that we're waiting on, and they should be here shortly. And that is on Adriana Ayala. So we'll go on the break until that attorney zooms into the courtroom. Is Adriana Ayala in the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're just waiting for her attorney. He's on the civil side. So as soon as he comes in, we'll take that matter up.
Yes, sir. I say his name 3 times and then he appears. Manny, I said your name 3 times and you appeared.
Yep, just like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I saw that play on Broadway before the COVID. It was
Oh,
pretty good.
wow. Was it good?
It was good. It was funny. It was of course, well acted, and I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. It was good.
Oh, wow. I always wonder, some shows you're wondering if it's going to translate,
Mhm.
but awesome. All right, to the courtroom, if I could have Adriana Ayala brought forth, please. And Joe Ray, are you the attorney who's on this?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 10020, State of Texas versus Adriana Ayala. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Joe Ray Garcia.
for the defense?
Manuel Rodriguez, Judge.
And are you Adriana Ayala?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. I'll note for the record that the defendant is in the courtroom. Any objections to us proceeding by video, state,
No, Your Honor.
defense?
None.
Ms. Ayala, do you have any objections to us proceeding by video?
None.
Then the court will note that a plea was taken on September 8th. The defendant entered a plea of no contest. The court found there was sufficient evidence to find the defendant guilty. The state is silent on the defendant's application for deferred adjudication. I'm sorry, for community supervision. Defense, I don't believe there was an application for deferred adjudication. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's straight regular probation.
Right. And the state waived the enhancement. Punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. And they've listed some conditions. So the state is silent. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state and defense?
State has.
Defense has.
Any objections to the PSI report, state,
None from the state.
defense?
None, Judge.
All right, the state is silent. Defense, you may begin.
Thank you, Judge. Before I call my witness, I just, my client as a witness to explain what she's done. If you may recall, Judge, she was incarcerated at our plea hearing. There was a bond mix-up. I don't know, a signature was missing or something. So she spent about 3 weeks in jail. Luckily, it was cleared up after our plea hearing.
Mhm.
Since then, she told me she made a lot of promises that she was going to use this as a positive to try to better her life. And she's followed up on those things. And I'm going to call her now so she can tell Your Honor what she's done.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Can you state your name for the record?
Adriana Ayala.
All right, defense?
Thank you, Judge. I'll call Miss Ayala as a witness. Ma'am, please state your full name for the judge.
Adriana Ayala.
All right. Now, since we last had our court hearing, is it true that you expressed to me that you wanted to use this whole incident and criminal issue to better your life?
Yes, sir. I already have.
All right. What have you done since you were released about a month ago?
Okay, I'm gonna get my folder real quick. Give me a second. Judge Boyd, I am not
Yes.
making excuses for what I've done. I stand in front of the court asking to please have mercy on me and please allow me to accept probation as my option. My case today has to do with an assault, and I voluntarily have joined an anger management class to help me teach me how to improve my temper. In the meantime, I am also staying busy by working 2 jobs. My first job, I'm a full-time chef. My second job, I help manage a small rental property where I live. I brought 2 employment letters to support my character and my well-being at both jobs. Please give me a chance to not to return to prison. I know I can successfully complete my probation if given a chance. All of this has been done within 30 days of my release. I'm staying positive. I'm staying away from certain people. I've made better choices. I'm scared. It's a wake-up call. I don't want to return to prison. I'm 44, and I think it's about time for some change, and I feel like I'm making change. I'm also going to AA classes. I know it's not none of the requirements, but I did this voluntarily because I need it. I recently drank, not before this, but I have recently had a problem, and then I stopped and I pick up and stop. And, I know I can't do this alone. So I did the class for me, not because it was required from you, but because there's certain things that I know that, lead to other things. So that had also something to do with my temper and my anger. So it's helping me take care of a lot of things. And I found a support group. I also have a sponsor. Again, I did all of this on my own, and it makes me feel like I'm not alone. I know there's strangers in my class, but it's a support group, and I feel very welcomed. I've actually attended maybe like 13 or 14 classes within the last 30 days. And that program, it's also parenting, because my children are grown, but I also have grandchildren. So I'm learning how to become a grandmother, and it's a really good support group because it's anger management, AA, and parenting. And I feel like I belong somewhere and I'm not alone. So I know I can successfully complete my probation, successfully. And I want a second chance, please.
Ms. Ayala, I have another question for you.
Yes,
This incident involved a victim named Caesar, correct?
Yes.
Now, do you have any problem staying away from Caesar during your probation?
No, sir, I do not.
All right, that's all I have, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Ayala, if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
None. Good, I'm good.
All right, when's the last time you used any substance?
A few months ago. Before this, way a few months ago.
All right, what's the cause of your anger issues? Do you know?
I don't know. Frustration, I don't know.
But I mean, what are you frustrated about? Because I've read the PSI report. I read everything that comes before me, right?
Yes.
So what are your issues?
I don't know, stress. I was a single parent for a long time, and I've been abused.
I mean, your priors have to do with anger. Your priors have to do with anger issues too. And I will tell you, you're very lucky that the complainant in your case says that he doesn't want you to go to prison. He said that that would be too harsh. But this is what people have to understand. The way that women come before the court and say that they've been abused, men can be abused as well. So no adult should be putting their hands on anyone in anger. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So it doesn't matter if you're female, if you're male, you shouldn't use words, not hands, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court found you guilty. The court will sentence you to 2 years in prison, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. You're to do the BIPP course. You're to continue with your anger management course, wherever that is. You're going to continue doing AA, but I'm going to want AA meetings 2 times per week. No contact with Cesar Rodriguez. Continue with your parenting classes. And I saw in the PSI report that you're living out of county.
Excuse me, ma'am?
You're living out of Bexar County. You're no longer in Bexar County, is that correct?
I live in Bear County.
Okay, I read something about Buddha.
My landlord lives in Buda. The house that I live in, it's his, so maybe.
Okay, so you're currently living in Bexar County, because the reason why I asked, because if you're not living in Bexar County, I'll have to request to have you transferred to whatever county you're living in.
I live in Bear County. I have a letter from my landlord. So
Okay. No, I mean, if you're saying you're living in Bexar County, I'm trusting that you're living in Bexar County.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom. If something happens to your Zoom and you can't report by Zoom, it will be in person. Regular UAs and field visits 1 time per month. $100 hours of community service restitution. I'll deduct 40 of those hours if you provide proof that you've obtained the COVID vaccine. I'm not requiring anyone to get the vaccine, but if you do, you provide proof, 40 hours of that will be deducted. And the state is also asking for, they're asking for $100 to an approved family violence center. All right, Rebecca, is there anything else that she needs?
No, ma'am.
Miss Ayala, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
All right, so remember, you're not allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation. You understand?
Yes.
All right, next I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And also because this is a felony conviction, and because there has been an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. So Miss Ayala, what is the tattoo on your arm?
This one.
Yes.
It's a Dia de las Muertes.
Oh, okay. Was it painful?
No, ma'am.
Wow, I'm always interested in the tattoos that people have. And sometimes they tell me it's very painful, but they continue. So you're the first person that I've spoken to who said it wasn't painful.
No.
But then I think women may have a higher threshold for pain than men. I don't know. I guess we could take a poll of that right now. I think Joe Ray would agree with me and everyone else does.
It's got
No
something to do
question,
with, like,
no
the Mexican
question.
heritage. So it's yeah.
Okay.
Women are way tougher.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send to the courtroom. If you can go to breakout room number 1.
Yes, ma'am.
And probation will go over conditions with you, Miss Ayala.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And with that, guys, we are done for today. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stop the live stream
Thank
and
you
see.
all.
All right, thank you.
Have a good afternoon.
All right, you too. And I'll see everyone tomorrow. We'll start tomorrow, I believe, our schedule.